New details in the case of the teenage girl whose body was found in the trunk of a car registered to the singer David. Detectives have been searching a home where he has lived. Eyewitness News reporter Carlos Granda live right now in the Hollywood Hills with more on that. Carlos.
Well, there are many more questions and answers today regarding the death of this young girl, as well as any relationship, if any, that she might have had with that singer David. Now, his real name is David Anthony Burke, and he's from Texas, but he was living here in the Hollywood Hills, and overnight detectives searched this home for evidence. LAPD detectives were still at the home this morning. They took a computer and several other items. Sources confirmed to Eyewitness News it is in connection with a death investigation that has some neighbors stunned.
I'm shocked. I'm shocked that it's happening in my neighborhood.
This comes as the medical examiner's office released the name of the teenage girl who was found dead in the trunk of the impounded Tesla, 15-year-old Celeste Rivas, who went missing in Lake Elsinore back in 2024. Her remains were found in the Tesla at this tow yard back on September 8th. Detectives came here to investigate a foul odor coming from the car. That Tesla is registered to singer David. The car had been parked on this street in the Hollywood Hills. Several homeowners say they remember seeing it first parked in front of the house. Police searched, then at two different spots on the street.
It's a little weird to see a car that I haven't seen here for a long time. Had a big dent on it, had a Texas plate on it. So all a little odd, but at the same time, people could be hanging out with friends for a long time.
According to ABC News, David does not own the home, but he was staying there. He is currently on tour. Law enforcement sources tell ABC much of the case relies on the LA County medical examiner determining a cause of death, which is proving difficult. For now, it is a death investigation and not a homicide investigation because they don't know how she died.
Well, parents, here we go again. Jeff here from Daily Dosage. Jeff, parents, when are we going to wake up? Parents, parents, parents. This comes down to you. A girl like that should never be with a bozo like him at her age. Now, come on, parents. What are we doing here? I have two teen daughters, 14 and 17. There is no way on this green earth would they be hanging out with a clown like him. And now look at the results. This goes back all the way to the childhood. This goes back to the parents. If a girl like her is hanging out with someone like him, that dangerous of a person, then there's things going on inside of her, or there were. Parents, all right, we need to make a change right now, right here today. This has got to stop. Now, she's found dead in the back of a Tesla. Come on, parents. What are we doing here? What has to happen before you're going to look in the mirror and you're going to say, wow, I think I'm doing the same thing that her parents probably did. Neglect, not being around, not spending enough time with your children. And the most important, I say it in the last video, I'll say it again, attention. When a child is born, and we keep talking about the ages of 0 to 10, they require 99% of your free time, your attention. There is a need there. We talked about this. Parents, if you don't fill that need, if there is neglect, if there is that emptiness, it grows. It grows, parents, and it all starts from birth. I can't emphasize the importance of giving your child attention. Now, we are not talking about the essentials. We're not talking about, I take my child to church. I have my child in a youth group or Sunday school, and then it stops there. I make my child do their homework. No. You are missing the point. That girl who's dead now could have been a straight A student. Look at Luigi Mangione, okay? Look at Brian Kohlberger. Yeah, master degrees, and it's not the degree. It's not the scholastics. No, those are the essentials. And where most parents go wrong is the part of attention. Attention is so much more important than the scholastics or the religious activities. You can take your child to church. Look, I'm a Christian father, all right? Yes, it is important. I'm not saying don't do it, but you're missing the point. Aside from the essentials, religion, essential. Scholastics, essential. Those are essentials, and they're very, very important. So don't misread my message. Attention. Attention is, now we're talking about in the world of a child, okay? Attention is much more powerful. It's much more meaningful to the child. It's much more detrimental to the child. You don't want that emptiness. You don't want that neglect to grow, to build. Look, Dylan Klebold had good parents. Tyler Robinson had good Christian parents. It's not about that. Parents, what it is about? Attention. Attention. That child needs so much of your love and attention. We give it the love. We give it the necessities. I'm not saying we don't do that. But do you give your free time? Or, look, it's Saturday right now. Now, my kids are 14, 17, 18. All right? At this point, the stage is set. The good values are instilled. Whether good or bad, at this point, it's really going to be difficult to make a change deep down. It can happen, but it's going to take therapy and lots of work at this stage. And I'm not talking about this teenage stage, which things can obviously be done. No, but the focus of this lecture is 0 to 10. That's where the roots are grown. The roots are deep. They're strong. And what does it take? A Saturday? I can tell you for sure, 10 years ago, on a Saturday, I did not have free time. No way. From the moment they wake up, I played with those kids. I got into the world, get into their fun, their activities. Now, parents, there's lots of things you can do. The first thing you need to do on a Saturday is tell yourself, this isn't my time. It's theirs. This isn't my time to watch what I want to watch. It's not my time to get a project done. No. It's their time. When they're sleeping or they're occupied with the other parent or if a friend is over, fine, you could do your own thing. But parents, for the majority, from the ages of 0 to 10, train yourself that it is their time on a Saturday, their time after work. When you get off work, it's their time. Your lunch hour, you eat, and then it's their time. Play with them if you can, if you work at home and you're on your lunch hour. We got to do it, parents. We need that void filled. We need the emptiness to not be there. From 0 to 10, the roots are growing. Trust me, after the age of 10, it gets so much easier. You little by little, you start to get your free time back. And look at me. This is 10 o'clock on a Saturday, 2025, and I got all the free time I want. The free time will come back. But for those first 10 years, parents, you got to train yourself. You don't want to raise the next Tyler Robinson. Look at this girl here. She is dead in a trunk. Why? Why was she with this rapper or this singer, whoever he is? I don't even know who he is, and I don't care. There's no reason that girl should be with him at 15 years old. There was a void that needed filled. And there's creeps out there. There's lowlifes that look for this void. They look for your child, the disgruntled, child with an emptiness. They look for it. And if you're not going to fill the void, they're going to fill it somewhere, some way. And if they don't, then you turn into a Natalie Rupp now, where they explode internally and they do something disastrous. So parents, the time is now. If you have a child between the ages of 0 and 10, especially the younger ages, 0 to 5, it is ultra critical that all your free time goes to the children. You go to their games. You watch what they're drawing. One of my biggest things I trained myself to do, and this, I really, really want you to do this, parents, is Daddy, look. I listened for that phrase, Daddy, look. Why? And they've said it a million times, and I did everything in my power. I was right in the middle of huge work projects, but when I heard Daddy, look, if I absolutely could look, I did. 99% of the time. But they know that when they say, Daddy, look, I looked. And I dropped whatever I was doing. And I'm telling you, I was in the middle of some important stuff. When you hear that phrase, look, that word look, mommy look, daddy look, that is number one right there on the spot. You are going to stop what you're doing and get engaged. Because what are they doing at that point? They want your attention. And if you don't look, it builds. And the void gets a little bigger. The emptiness. And we're not talking essentials. A lot of you cover the essentials. A lot of you are good parents when it comes to essentials and religion. I'm not saying you're not. But do you look? 99% of the time, this girl is dead. She's dead because there was a void. She needed an emptiness filled. And this rapper guy was filling it. She had an emptiness. I don't even know her. I don't need to. Because there's no reason a 15-year-old girl would be with a man like that unless there was a void she wasn't getting at home. So parents, let's wake up. Let's make some changes today. Start right this second. I don't care if your child's over the age of 10. If they're teens, take every single opportunity to get engaged. Give them your time. When they see you, when they are in the same room with you, that phone shouldn't be in your hand. You shouldn't be more engaged in the TV. Shut it off. Put the phone down. Look at them. Just be available. Make yourself available that when they are sitting there, that they know they come first before the TV, before the phone, before the computer. They come first. I purposely, every night, I go into my living room now that they're 14, 17, 18, and I go down there and I just wait. I just said, I could go places. I could go do my own thing. I could go to a restaurant. I could go to a bar. I could visit family. But I sit down in the living room when I know that my children are going to be around and in the house, and I make myself available. And when they get into my presence, I put the phone down. I lower the TV. I try. The second they see me, I put a smile on my face. I can tell you that right now. They know it. They walk into the room, I smile right at them. They know they're going to get a big smile. I'm acknowledging them with a smile every single time. I ask them how they're doing. How was their day? What did you do at school? Whatever I can to engage conversation, just to let them know that I'm available and that they're my number one. They're not second to a phone, to a computer. My children know this. Do your children know this? Do you put that phone down? If not, let's start doing it. Let's be, aware. Let's be aware of the actions we are taking. You had that child. They need to know they're number one in your life. It's detrimental. And the Tyler Robinsons, the Nicholas Cruz, the void was there. The point of these videos is to let's be aware, make you aware, let you know the things that have worked for me. Hopefully, we can make some change. Hopefully, if I can make one parent out there aware, wow, maybe I am having the phone in my face every time the child's around me. Let's put the phone down when they're in your presence. If there's a chance to have a conversation, the phone goes down. They need to know that if they want to talk, you're going to listen. Now, if they walk away, pick your phone back up. Fine. Okay, parents, you get the point. It starts at birth. Thank you for watching Daily Dose of Jeff.